We do have some new information about the statewide Turquoise Alert issued last night. A 13-year-old girl from the East Valley who disappeared last week is now safe.
Police say that she was found after that alert was issued last night, helping lead investigators not only to her, but the man who police say that she was with. Our Michaela Castillo live in our newsroom tonight with how investigators say all of this came together. Michaela.
Yeah, guys, police say what started as a missing persons case quickly escalated into a statewide search, but it ended up being the tips from the public that helped break it wide open. Now, Skylar Conville was last seen June 19th in Apache Junction after a surveillance video showed her leaving a Circle K near Meridian Drive and Superstition Boulevard. We have blurred her face because she is a minor if we do show her, but DPS officials say she got into a family fight and refused to get into a family member's car. They say she then walked south through the parking lot and a man approached her. Investigators say she got into the vehicle with a man she did not know.
13-year-old young woman should never ever get into a stranger's car. And no one should get into a stranger's car, first of all. But especially a vulnerable 13-year-old, you are putting yourself at such a risk.
And as the search expanded, investigators escalated the case to a turquoise alert, sending Skylar's information statewide. Police say once the alert went out, tips began coming in quickly, helping detectives narrow the search across multiple communities. Investigators say those leads ultimately help locate the suspect in Globe, leading to Skylar being found safe just hours later in the Globe, Miami area.
When law enforcement identifies a person that is missing and their life is endangered, they do have these alerts that they can activate as a tool to alert the community and call upon our community to really be their eyes and ears and to help them locate the person.
And experts say that is exactly how the system is designed, turning the public into an active part of the search when time matters most. Police say the suspect is now in custody and multiple search warrants have been served and the investigation is still ongoing. Police say Skylar is safe and appears to be doing well, but detectives are still interviewing her as they work to determine exactly what happened. Investigators say more details, including potential charges, are expected as the case continues, so we'll keep you updated.